Virgo season is a time for taking a serious look at how we are managing our lives. After coming from the drive of fiery Leo, we integrate that inspiration through the Earth goal-oriented Sun in Virgo. The month gets started with a Mars and Neptune opposition happening in your 2nd and 8th house. When these two planets come together, they both have to learn how to work with each other to make goals come to fruition. Mars is the brute force striving for the finished product, while Neptune wanders around imagining a billion possibilities in the dream world. This marks a time when you must be more strict with yourself to claim the abundance you deserve. Trying to convince yourself that everything is okay while knowing that there's work to be done will only make things worse. This is especially significant if there is money or favors owed to somebody. Any pending debt will likely make itself seen in very inconvenient ways as long as it's being consciously avoided. However, if that's not the case, there's a chance that you may need to share your own resources, knowledge, tools, money, etc., with a friend or family member in need. September is a month to realize how useful you can be. Moving along the month, the universe will be pointing you at even more different ways in which you can be serviceable. These new discoveries don't only come in ways to be of service for others, but also for yourself. This is the central theme of the Lilith and North Node conjunction happening through the first few days of the month. This transit happens in your 5th house, and it urges you to abandon any ideas of powerlessness. It invites you to embrace your vulnerabilities, and perhaps even some repressed childhood interests or hobbies that you might have felt like you had to abandon upon reaching adulthood. A stiff idea of what maturity should look like can seriously kill all the enjoyment and wonder of living. In many ways, life is like a game. Taking it too seriously causes a whole lot of anxiety that can be easily avoided. Since the North Node is co-present in this transit, it also points out that this is a significant point in your soul's journey. In an effort to fit in, you may have put yourself in situations that have dimmed your light. Still, this is a karmic point of awakening that is trying to show you that, even though life often requires sacrifices, you should not have to relinquish your own joy just to be accepted as standard in the eyes of society. Your normal is whoever you are by default. Lilith also appears in a grand trine between Mercury and Saturn later in the month in all the air signs. This transit is especially relevant to you because Aquarius is an air sign itself, and Saturn will be in your 1st house. This trine says it's time to get to know yourself better and revise what parts of you must go for you to evolve. There is a significant link between this transit and your ideas and creations. Perhaps you have been going through a season of elevated introspection and channeled concepts that could be either profitable or delineate ways in which your life could be made better. However, with Saturn in your 1st house, there's a significant chance of overthinking and feeling unprepared. Know that these thoughts are only ways of Saturn pointing out areas that need a little extra work, but it doesn't mean that anything is impossible. Hyper-awareness of one's own flaws is challenging to navigate, yet if we put our grown-up hats on to tend to these areas with greater attention and care, we can achieve excellence that exceeds that of a natural. Going at your own pace is crucial, but it's time to take these ideas out of the hypothetical and into actual practice. The Virgo new moon of September 6th is happening in your 8th house. The universal theme of this lunation is independence. There may be a lot of inner work that needs to be done to get to the point where you can confidently rely on yourself at all times. Still, this moon will guide you towards new ways of testing your own abilities as you face challenges you have never seen before. You may feel like you are not ready to go to this next phase, but the universe knows you are. This could be a challenging new cycle, but one that you are fully equipped to conquer. The Virgo energy will open your eyes wide open, so you don't miss any vital information. Budgeting, organization, and routine will be areas to focus on in this new cycle. Since this is happening in your 8th house, there's a chance that you already know quite a few people who are really good in these areas and will be giving you tips on how to navigate it. In the case that you don't, you may meet someone new who will inspire you to work harder on your responsibilities. This moon will also be trine with Uranus in your 4th house. This secondary transit could indicate that this new cycle may completely change how you see yourself and what areas of your life you think you excel at. Get excited, it will only go up from here. The month comes to a close with a full moon in Pisces happening in your 2nd house. The exciting thing about this lunation is that it also is closely conjunct to Neptune, who's been transiting this house for the last few years. This combination is the perfect recipe for vivid dreams, supernatural phenomena, and all things ethereal. It may be a sign of celestial luck for those who are not afraid to look deeper into the spiritual side of life. This is a fantastic time to set your intentions, especially if you want some more cash flowing into your bank account. There's a need for expansion, and you will naturally find yourself in synchronistic opportunities for financial growth. Be careful not to overindulge and waste money on frivolous things as a means to find comfort. Neptune tends to resort to escapist behavior, which could hamper the flow of abundance coming your way. Avoid trying to numb any emotional upheaval that may surface. There are unimaginable blessings at the other end of the tunnel, but you have to be brave and face whatever keeps your mind restless at night. Remember, if you think you can't do it, you can't, but the same goes the other way. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumb up if you liked the video. Subscribe our YouTube channel not to miss the next video horoscope. Visit our website GoToHoroscope.com where you can find actual horoscope for today. Download our apps from Google Play and App Store to have your daily horoscope always on hand.